Salutations, Internet. Welcome back to Dwombat Gaming. I'm Dwombat. We are still playing Rebuild 3, The Gangs of Deadsville. In the last episode, we were in the peaceful mountain village of Trail. The game claimed that we were being swarmed by zombies. We were not. And there were some pig dudes who I'm pretty sure are cannibals. We escaped on an airplane, which means we could skip Nelson to go to Castlegar. Kind of just want to go to Nelson, though. I want to do them both. So I'm going to go to Nelson. Canada's hippie holdout, a town of artists and organic herb farms, both the legal and illegal kinds. Ha! Joke's on you, game. Canada legalized. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the weird communes here have managed to fortify their farms and live through the outbreak. Hope they make good neighbors. And right, we escaped with 6 people because of the airplane. Okay. So I've put some thought into who's going to leave Nelson with me. Oh, Gary, my live message still says XCOM? That's weird. Oh, the live notification still says it. I forgot I even changed that. I'm just going to make it generic because I'm never going to remember to change that. So, Gary, I think you haven't died, but I'm going to rename this guy to be you so that cause he's better than you, and he's also the husband of this other lady that I'm also going to take with us places. Yeah. You are, well, it's not that you're being replaced, I'm turning you into a different human. Wait, does he not have the binocs? Oh, he has the kid. Hang on. Gary. I want this guy to have the binocs so that he can scout for us. And Meg can take her child. Because the binocs let us scout everywhere. What are you up to today, Gary? I can't recruit because we don't have room. We're going to have room soon. Start cleaning out the zombies there. Found more binoculars. Like you always do, Gary. You're just that good. We found a flare gun. That's always nice. It's a very good item. Dangerous zombos there. You know what? Scavenge at this laboratory because we're going to take it over soon. And then we're always going to be researching at that point. Alright, this guy wants to come in as a leader, an engineer, or a soldier. But I think he would be unhappy if I made him be a soldier. He can be an engineer, it's fine. especially because we're about to take that back. This guy can take one of our miniguns. I don't think Pierre actually needs his minigun to safely kill that. Yep. Gary found medicine. More dangerous zombies. Scout out this mall. Good, there's a school nearby. Found a whip. That's cool. Alright, and we officially have our laboratory, so let's start learning. We didn't actually get to this point in the last map. Oh, Loopy's playing Graveyard Keeper. That's so cool. I'll have to tell my mom. She'll probably watch Loopy instead of me. Turret towers, electrified walls, pesticides, and preemptive strikes. Less dangerous to attack enemy units. Oh, that would be cool. Let's start with zombie vitals, because we're killing a lot of zombies early. Wait, this guy can use the doctor's scalpel right now. Keep scavenging Gary. The Dahlias. We've been hearing about this new group in town called the Dahlias, who will offer safe haven to anyone who's willing to follow their rules and behave. I hear they were some kind of suburban women's book club back before everything fell apart. I don't know any book clubs with access to that many guns. They must have found a stash or had serious connections, because they're doing a fine job making their safe zone a reality. That's fascinating. Book club, huh? Reading is for nerds, Gary. You're right. Alright, zombie avoidance. Killed more zombos. Kill some zombos over here, or over here, or... Actually, let's clear out towards the water plant, because we could get that quickly, and that would be nice. Found a guitar and a top hat. Gary just told me, Mom. I've started a trend. Yeah, a trend that's going to keep people from watching my stream here. That's okay. Oh, and the gas company's right here. Well, this is a very nice city. Guess let's take this mega mall. We found a radio. Finding a lot of leadership things. Let's kill the 11 zombies at these areas. 2 monitors means 2 streams. Oh, joy, Gary. You're living the life. How much room do I have for survivors right now? 4 more? Alright, we need to do that. Alright, less danger from mission distance. Let's, anti-zombie armor. Shopping spree. Alright, Gary is such an excellent scavenger that he could get a pet for us or kill some zombies for us. That area had a fairly large amount of zombies, so I'm going to have you kill zombies. This guy can equip the whip, just so he has something. And Pierre can equip the boomerang, just so he has something. Gary is good at what he does. Pierre just found something odd. He was taking some quiet time in our big farm, reading a weathered newspaper of days gone by, when he stumbled on some hidden steps covered by debris. Alright, one of these times opening this door has to be a good idea. Nope, it wasn't a good idea. Does it have a proper government? No, I'm just going to lie to this guy. So I used to have this farm. Am I going to succeed at getting this mega mall? It's not connected to us anymore. I'm curious. You've never failed that? You didn't even know it had a negative thing? I've exclusively failed it. Alan's upset, but he is friendly, so maybe he'll get over it. Well, we did succeed at taking over the Mega Mall, even though it is actually not attached to us at this moment. Gustav's here. Everybody's favorite, oh, who are these guys? I haven't met them. Hello? These are the arguing roommates. We'll always take them both. The pig farmers are here, too. The thing about a meat cleaver is it's already made to go through flesh and bone, so when you turn it into an impromptu weapon, half the work's done for you. Cleavers are the favorite tool of the pig farmers. They're a group of butchers who own a sizable farm nearby. With their seemingly endless supply of food, they've done a lot better out here than most of us. We should see if they'll trade us some of their tasty meat. I just hope they clean their blades between pitting up Zed and carving up pork. Where are they? Okay, they're way over here. But there's these guys. Alright, at this point, Rob is going to unequip his Moore's binocs and just equip normal binoculars. And start scavenging along with Gary. Because I've got this guy who can equip these binocs and do the scouting for us. And we've got another builder finally, who can take over buildings for us. Actually, let's take over this. Found a helmet. There we go. We heard a knocking at the main gate. We were surprised to find a group of people wearing light brown robes led by an older woman with a bright smile and a large bundle of flyers under one arm. They said they were part of a group called the Church of the Chosen Ones and asked if I was willing to accept Zed as my personal lord and savior. What? Cassandra Starr has the most unnerving presence I've ever encountered. Her eyes stare through you like she's looking off into a distant universe, communicating with beings there. Her voice is soft but absolute, commanding. Every word chiseled into a text, so ancient, it's imprinted in our bones. Just standing near her makes you think deep, poetic thoughts. She's also a bit of a nutball. I have the opportunity to learn more if I wanted to hear it. I'll hear about it. And one of my people instantly became a cultist. I believe the backstory of one of the survivors I brought with me from Trail mentioned Cassandra. Cassandra used to teach yoga. Alright, I'll hear about the religion. No human has ever reached enlightenment. We come close, but our hearts are forever trapped by our corporeal forms. It is a tether which keeps us ever from nirvana. The chosen ones have reached enlightenment. They became perfectly moral beings, and their single desire, the one thought that consumes them, is to spread that enlightenment to others. So zombies are kind of like Buddhas? If zombies were truly Buddhas, why wouldn't you already be a zombie, you crazy lady? Pierre became a cultist. As did Alan. Okay. I think that makes them happy, but they're, like, gonna do shit that I don't like. One of the 3 achievements you're missing from this game is having a bunch of cultists. I'm only missing the kill thousands and thousands of zombies achievement. You always isolate them so they can't make other people into cultists. What are you doing, dude? I didn't ask you to scavenge, I asked you to kill stuff. No, boss, you did ask me to scavenge. Well, I didn't mean to. Double scavengers. We found a stick! Somebody found a stick. Found a fire axe. Okay. You can equip a fire axe. Be even better at your job. Alan had a strange request. He asked if he could have the body of one of the zombies we killed. It was for a religious ceremony to honor the dead. We don't usually have funerals for zombies, but I'm not sure I see the harm. Oh, wow, Gary, so you have killed enough zombies. I just don't have that achievement. I'm gonna let him have the body. He thanked me, promised it would be quite a lovely ceremony, hygienic, and that Meg would be helping out. Who's Meg? This lady? She already has so many perks. Is there any room for her to be a cultist? Oh, she already is one. Alright. Listen, whatever. Everyone can be cultists. I don't care. Is it gonna make it hard for me? Maybe. Found a science book. Hopefully they don't off themselves suddenly. Yeah, hopefully. Especially Meg, she has a kid. A like 1-year-old. Who's right next to her. She's currently taking care of a child. Keep scavenging around our opponents so they can't take the stuff there. Found a backpack. I like backpacks. Gary can use a backpack. Alright, anti-zombie armor. Good. Let's get Fort Silence so that fewer zombies appear. Found a calculator. It's pretty dang useful to have my engineers all ready to go. And finding the laboratory early. Found food. Keep scavenging around them. And right, there's the pig farmers out there. I've kind of ignored them. Oh, the Luddies are here too. There's so many people in this city. Now, the game is assuming this is a different King Lud. He has the same portrait, but they mentioned that Lud said, oh yeah, all of us Luddies are going to have a King Lud somewhere. Well then. The Dahlias have a bunch of raiders, apparently. Alright, let's get that water treatment plant. Found a golf club. Claim some suburbs. Actually, let's have the person who's faster at it grab that. Let's scout over here. Found fuel. That's good. Alright. Dangerously masked zombos. Alright, the water treatment plant. Let's fix that up. Field reclaimed. Kill some zombies. Let's get some recruitment done and kill these zombies. Found a Pomeranian. Alright, somebody gets a pet. Who gets a pet? Do you get a pet? You can have a pet for now to make you happy. Oh, no, you're the scout. You're not the scavenger. This guy's a scavenger. Found materials. Right. 8 more buildings. Actually, let's reclaim this. That's a better spot. I met a man. He might join us, but he's skeptical. Listen. I'm always going to pick peaceful egalitarian utopia. Right, this guy is a leader. Who's using the flare gun? I don't know who that is. He can just use the radio, that's fine. And a golf club. So this guy can recruit people for me now. And we have room for plenty more people. Also recruit. Kill 8 zombies there. Kill the zombies at the gas company, because we're going to want to take that soon. About a quarter of our survivors have joined this new religion worshipping the Chosen Ones. Those who have seem to be a lot more peaceful and happy now that they feel the disease has a purpose. They're less eager to take part in missions to kill zombies, but dang are they cheery. They took over our old church, turned it into one of their churches. Oh. Okay. Doesn't seem like it's... Okay. I'm a little worried about that. Found another fire axe. I mean, fire axe is better than... I'll give him a knife. What is this guy using? The minigun? We have plenty of ammo. He can keep using the minigun. What is this guy using? A boomerang? He can use the fire axe. Found another flare gun. That's always nice. David Pruitt can use a flare gun instead of his walkie-talkie. Alright, it looks like I've scavenged nearly everything from around the pig farmers. I found a couple possible recruits. They kind of want to go to the Dahlias. I'm going to insult the Dahlias so that they join me. Spike Sampson. He's a builder. I don't have any tools to give a builder. And his wife, well, I guess it's not his wife, but she has a kid. She can have a minigun. Start killing zombies with her kid. Recruit over here. And get scavenge right here. No, that's already taken. Scavenge right here. That's fine. Keep scouting. Oh, Gary's playing Pogo. That's 25 whole zombies here. Guess we'll kill the 12 zombies here. And use him to kill the 25 zombies. Found a calculator. We never ate people. Take them both. I do not have a hospital at the moment, but hopefully he'll get better soon enough. So I just gained 4 new recruits. We only have room for 2 more people now. And 3 of those new recruits are soldiers. Use a whip. Use a stick. Can devout people become cultists? I'm curious. Alright, I'll use this guy to scout out the singletons. Reclaim this farm. Oh, and she already finished her job. And Gary finished his job. I feel like these factions are going to fight each other. Keep scouting. Let's scout here. Let's reclaim this. Found a golf club, found a cat. Everybody loves cats. Who wants a cat? This injured guy want a cat? You can have a cat, Mr. Mittens. Lieutenant Nightingale became devout. That's fine. I'd prefer them be devout than cultists. Dangerous mass Zed nearby. Keep reclaiming stuff. Alright, we turned the gurgle. The gurgle's coming from the sewer pipes. It wasn't just rats. It looked like there was a horde of Zed packed away in there. And now that we've cleared the way, they've come out of the pipes and have taken over the plant. Someone's got to go over there. Keep scavenging. Keep scouting. Okay. Didn't find anything. Alright. Seems like it must have already been scavenged then. Darius became a cultist. Darius Linklater has embraced the religion of the Chosen Ones after a sermon at our local chapter's church. Unlike other religions, the Church of the Chosen Ones has no fire and brimstone, no punishment. They define hell as the old world, before God sent us the transformative blessing of zombieism. They say we're now witnessing the divine evolution of man into zombie. They call zombies the Chosen Ones. Oh, man. It's getting a little spooky. I told him to calm down. He was convinced I was only there to steal. Suppose I could try again later. Alright, so I need a better leader to go and talk to that guy. Let's recruit over here then. We found a doctor's bag. Let's reclaim the gas company. Let's scout any singletons like these. Or these. There, let's scout that. Okay. Reclaim this school. Found a stick. Keep killing zombos. Found a knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Give him the knife. These two have the same name. Okay, the female and the male Lieutenant Nightingales. Found more ammo. Keep scouting. This guy. Alright, we need to make our city hall. Killed some zombies, scouted some zombies. Scout here. Found binoculars, spotted survivors. Scavenge. What's our food situation? Minus 3.5 a day. We're still scavenging enough, though. Yeah, we love kids. Come along. Now that we've got the power plant, we need to make our MacGuffin. Ellipse. Golf club. Just start reclaiming something. We've got room for 2 more people again. Let's recruit over here, over here. That should be fine. You know what? You go with them. Make it a bit more safe. Claim this farm. Found food, but our food is full. Scout this. No, scout this. Oh, I want this warehouse. I'm not going to let the Chosen Ones have that warehouse. Crossbow. You can have a crossbow instead, making you slightly better at your job. Keep scavenging out there, Gary. Child assigned a caretaker. That's fine. Scout out here. Scavenge here. Kill zombies here. Kill zombies here. Major Brooks is healed. He can have a golf club. Found a science book. We don't actually have that many engineers on this map. A lot more soldiers, which I think I'm happier about. Singleton Scout. Scavenge. Here. Nope, right here. Found food, zombies killed. Scout. Kill Zambos out here. Scavenge here. See if there's anything to scavenge here. Probably not, though. Yeah, there's nothing there. Alright, we now have running water in the city, which makes everybody happy. Phillips didn't even make it to the suburb where we spotted those survivors. He was crossing through a parking lot when a gray pickup pulled up behind him. A stranger with a baseball bat stepped out and thumped Phillips smack in the temple, knocked him out cold. He has a terrible concussion. He's asking us to make sure he doesn't sleep. Even though I'm pretty sure that's just a myth. Well then. Danger wasn't that mad. See if we can't recruit over there with... Maybe she can go? Yeah, there you go. That makes that safer. Well, I am pleased that we now have running water. Scavenge out here. Found a fire axe. Fire axe is always nice. A calculator. There aren't too many places to scavenge now. We've done a good job of making sure we get it all. Ooh, we can spend 10 food to hire some bodyguards to clear out some zombies? Sure. The most zombie-ridden area nearby is this school. Oh, well, apparently I had him kill the trader there and the zombies. The pig farmers have been getting too uppity, so we forked our food over to Gustav's men and sent him out. Kinda wish I'd been there to watch. From all the reports, it was a bloodbath. Wow. That wasn't what I intended. I didn't even know that was an option. Found a chainsaw? Perfect. One of my builders can equip that. Like this one. Spike Sampson, have a chainsaw. Keep scavenging. Attack this. Reclaim this so we can store more food. Clear out zombies. Found food. Alright, I'm going to start doing the recruiting because I'm a better leader than what's-his-face out there. Zombies killed, scouted. I'm just scouting all the singletons so that I can see the zombie predicament out there. Ooh, the Dahlias are going to try and raid us, huh? No, thank you. Let's have this guy be a builder. How much room do we have? Oh, plenty. Found ammo. It was bad enough dealing with the Chosen One's cat calls from over the wall as we were reclaiming that warehouse, but now they're like, it's ours, and I'm like, no. We talked them into letting us have the warehouse. We've got their back. Cassandra was a tad mistrusting, with good reason, but she'll come around. Maybe. I really don't know if I want to hang out with these people. But I already have so many cultist people in my fort. It might be a bad idea to be mean to them. My people might mutiny. Alright, talk him down. This guy's an engineer who happens to have a rifle. You don't need that rifle. I'll give you a stick. And you can have a science book. And you can research. Let's recruit the faraway people. Wow, it's so far away, it's even dangerous for me, and I'm a powerful soldier. What if I give myself this hunting rifle? Does that make it any safer? Not really. Wow. Zombies killed, zombies killed, zombies killed. Found materials, farmer claimed. We are speeding along. Speedy Gonzales. Make it very unlikely those raiders will succeed. Let's reclaim this farm. Where's that other recruiter guy? Where is he? Oh, he's on his job. Okay. Scouted. All right. Despite lacking the proper tools and the constant yowling from the feral cats, we fixed everything except for needing our MacGuffin isolator kit. Now, at this point, I think I might trade for a MacGuffin isolator kit, if I can find one, instead of making one. Found a shotgun, reclaimed a trailer park, scouted. Everywhere but here and here have been scouted by us now. Excellent. I'm going to convince them. I asked if they'd lost any loved ones in a fort like ours. Yeah, the father said. They'd lived in a military-run encampment with the rest of their family. As usual, it all fell apart, but it wasn't the zombies, it was people, trying to overthrow their leaders in a coup. Any innocents who got in the way were slaughtered. Talking about it seemed to be cathartic. When we finished, they agreed to come back with me. Cool. Another soldier. I feel like I have enough of those right now. Shotgun. Keep scavenging. Keep recruiting. Actually, let's talk to people. Alright, the raiders finally attacked from the Dahlias. I don't think the Dahlias are here to talk. Sukram Amot got clipped in the first wave. We could patch him up with some meds to make sure nobody dies this time. Or we could bribe him. No, yeah, we'll use some meds. We gave him his painkillers, and then he started beating them senseless with his bandaged club arm. Our suburb caught fire. Use water from the mains, because we have actual water. Hauling water from the hydrant took time. Every container we could get our hands on, but we did it. I never would have thought about filling a construction helmet with water, but when you're desperate, you get creative. Found another fire axe, more food. Keep at it, boys. Keep scavenging. And keep killing Zed. Alright. Dan Van Tran joined... the last fort he joined didn't go well. You can have double rations, dude. I don't care. I have plenty of food. One last scouting mission, and the whole map will be scouted. Dangerous zombies over by the power plant. Not the power plant, the water plant. Keep recruiting. We need a proper city hall and a government before we can have any real diplomatic relations. That's right. I kind of forgot about that. Found a retriever. By kind of, I mean completely. Let's make our city hall. Well, I guess I go recruiting people. Alright. General Bielis is now going to also scavenge. He's just going to scavenge the easy foodstuffs. Found food. Found ammunition. Let me double check each of these people recruitment missions to see if they're hiding any supplies underneath them. Does not appear so. Let's make sure all the goods next to the expanding Dahlia fort get taken. You two can work together. And this guy's no longer injured. Start reclaiming, I guess. Found a bike. And Wolfgang Wang. That's a good name. You can also scavenge the easy-to-obtain food. Does it have watchtowers and a church? Nah, just, come on, it's fine. He's like, no, I've been lied to. I don't care, bro. Do your job. Reclaim. Found a backpack. That's even better. Who doesn't have... What do you have, Gary? You have a backpack. What does this guy have? Shitty binoculars? He can have better binoculars. Or a backpack. Better binoculars. Keep recruiting people. Zombies killed. Zombies killed. Yeah, we love kids. Come along. Another builder to reclaim things. Another soldier to kill zombies. You can have a stick. And just start reclaiming. Oh, you're recruiters. Go recruit here. Fewer hidden zombies spawn beside the fort. Alright. Noise and light constantly attract more undead to our walls. To reduce this, we set up a lights-out policy at night. Then we added dampening to our walls, making them a little taller and knobblier so they'll deflect sound back into the fort. We also sound dampened our busiest common buildings and the generators. Blacked out our windows in the rooms we use at night. If we could move the whole town underground, we would have. This'll have to do for now. Fewer hidden zombies spawn beside the fort. Now, I'm not sure what hidden zombies means, but I think it means less sudden zombie hordes will appear beside our walls, which is very nice. Let's get to construction now. That was a very advanced thing to research, so it took a long time. I came to a huge farm. Oh, I can actually ask the Chosen Ones, because they like us so much. I called in a favor from Cassandra, asking that we be allowed to take in these recruits. She didn't even seem to know who I was talking about, said it was no problem. Alright. Found a shovel. Joshua Walton. You can have a helmet, I guess. And this guy can have a stick. Wait, this guy's a cultist, right? I don't want him to spread his cultist ways. Honestly, what if I just turn this guy into a builder? Let's speed up the building of our town hall, maybe. How many recruitments do we have left? 4? Yeah, let's build our town hall. I can get the more people later. Alright, we can make our bars and churches and stuff now. Survivor management. I bet there's a few people that have leveled up enough. Is there anything? It's close enough? Yeah, this school is close enough. Zombies killed. Kill more zombies. Oh, there's a dangerous mob there. Where's my best guy? He's over there. He'll be done soon. Keep on... You know, Gary, I think it's time you just started reclaiming stuff, because you're also a pretty good builder. Alright. Of the survivors, this guy wants to talk. Darius Linklater. Let's make him a bookworm. Equip him with one of the books. And the other person can have the doctor's scalpel. Let's research improved teaching. Found another doctor's bag. So many doctor's bags. Scavenge. We have full food now. We don't have to scavenge food. Just start reclaiming stuff. Zombies killed. Found food, found binoculars. Start reclaiming so that the zombies can't rejoin that spot. Found a Pomeranian. Keep killing zombies. Reclaim. It's a relatively dangerous spot. Recruitment. There's the delicate man. He can be an engineer, that's fine. There's plenty of stuff to research, and I've got doctor's bags to give to him. And his bodyguard, Captain Reed, who's a scholar. Oh, She could just learn how to be a better soldier at school. Or I could turn her into a builder or something. Give her a bike. Alright, Constitution time. Let's focus on trading and prospering. Leader and Senate pick policies. People can keep their stuff. We randomly assign luxuries, and we put criminals in jail. We're going to help anyone that needs it. I shall be known as President DeWombat. Now I can talk to people. With that, we can finally start reclaiming things. Improved teaching, good. Improved scouting, that's not necessary. Let's go with disease vectors, reduce the chance of people getting bitten. Zombies dead, reclaim. There was plenty of water in cities during the first year, but evaporation's been taking its toll. It's getting harder to find pools or water towers that are even half full. We need a gallon a day each just to drink and wash dishes, but showers use over a gallon a minute. These might be a luxury we can't afford anymore. No, guys, you can shower. We have water. Living like we do in the filth of humanity's downfall is unhygienic, and a nice warm or even lukewarm shower feels so good. We'll let our survivors shower as often as they need to stay clean and happy. Yeah, we have water. It's fine. I don't think we're going to run out of water. The plant is active. Big farmer claimed. Zombies killed. Alright, Cassandra welcomed me at the gates with an uncomfortably long hug. Their church seemed to be in the middle of a celebration, like they always are. They prance around in their billowy cotton robes, stringing daisies together and putting flower garlands on everything, including me. Okay, hi. Clear your mind, Cassandra told me. Make it completely empty of thought. Good. Now imagine a world with no more stress, no confusion. A world where every being knows its purpose. You know yours. It is to spread this message of peace. Not too bad, right? This is the future the Chosen Ones are here to bring us. Have your people learned this message? She expects at least half of our survivors to be following their cult. I mean church. No. No. I think Cassandra's giving me the silent treatment like some kind of child when I said we couldn't do it. She just shrugged. Yeah, okay. Let's talk to the Dahlias. Found another backpack. Oh, do I not have room for 2 more people? I don't. Let's take Grace, whatever. Whatever, pig farmers, I'll apologize. Alright, Nell McClung wasn't eager to meet with me. Her deputy, Helen, insisted on taking my weapons at the front gate, patted me down roughly to make sure I wasn't hiding anymore. Then they had me wait in the cavernous faux marble foyer of one of their McMansions, while Nell dealt with an urgent meeting. Probably a lie, I could hear laughter coming from the other room. We got to chatting about the Chosen Ones. To say the Dahlias don't like them very much is a bit of an understatement. The two groups are in a kind of Cold War, sending anonymous raiders to steal each other's supplies and sabotaging their operations in the city. Nell has had enough and thinks it's time to drive them out of Nelson. She wants us to go to war with the Chosen Ones. I think the Chosen Ones would be the easier target, and I guess I don't have enough cultists in my town. Like, I don't even have 25% of my people as cultists because I've kept them from spreading. I could declare war. Sure. Nell thought this was fantastic news. She bubbled over like a popped bottle of champagne, pulling me to the map of the city so we could synchronize our military strategy and hit them where it hurts. Alright. I'm at war with them. I already share a border. It really shouldn't be too hard to deal with them. It's not like I have zombies at my gates or anything. Let's just make sure that what soldiers are cultists? Anybody? Alan is a cultist. Neither of these two. I believe Pierre. Yes, Pierre is a cultist. Major Brooks, no. Lieutenant Nightingale, no. Sarah O'Neill, no. Okay, so the only cultists are my actually strongest guys. I'm going to keep them together. While everybody else is in their own group. Let's talk to the Luddies. And let's talk to the pig farmers. We're losing 17.7 food a day because we have so many survivors. That's okay, though. Could we raid them? Hang on. Could we raid with my scavenger? Let's raid the cultists, see how that goes. Danger to fort. How are they danger to fort? They're not next to anything of mine. This guy's now a builder, so he does not need to learn any further. Has anybody leveled up enough to need to talk to me? No? Okay. Reduced the chance of zombie bites. Let's go with improved scouting. See if we can get down to, like, preemptive strikes or something. Those zombies are taken care of. Big Farmer claims. Aha, she's ready to talk to me. Roxy Stewart. Tools expert, definitely. I only have the one toolbox, though. We have so many kids in our fort. Oh, my goodness. Found a pistol. Met with the Luddies. I found Owen Ludd fixing an industrial-sized wooden butter churn. He beamed at me and asked if I wanted to help. I said sure. Seemed rude not to. 2 hours? I collapsed on his farmhouse porch. He fetched us some water with mint leaves and cucumber slices in it. Ludd wanted to talk about our policy on private property. He's concerned that we haven't considered the social ramifications of that. We should change it to people share all resources. Sure. Sure. And I also went and talked with Farmer Bucket. I found his boys Jeb and Bub taking turns throwing their big meaty fists into punching bags. Right, it's filled with these scraps so that it feels like a person when they're hitting it. Farmer Bucket was in one of his weird giggly moods. It's nearing time to move them piglets to the new barn. Y'all should see this year's brood. But them pigs is ornery this season. We're short-handed to deal with them. Do y'all have any warm bodies y'all can spare? He says anybody will do. We can come back with them tomorrow. The fort's safe with plenty of food. Probably won't see our survivor again on account of the long hours they work. No. Farmer Bucket was clearly frustrated by refusal to help them. Tried to explain that we would if we had the resources, but he didn't seem to believe me. Guys, I think they would have just eaten the person I sent. Met Frankie the Slop Bucket at his walled-off farm today, covered in mud. He boasted that when the dead started rising, keeping them outside his big stone walls was nothing compared to keeping his pigs in the pen come feeding time. Told me if we ever needed food, keep us going, that we should just give him a holler. This here's hard to beat. Might be the only meat you're going to find for sale in Nelson. I did not shake his hand goodbye. Okay. I guess let's recruit the last folks around. And maybe trade with the Luddies? Alright, these guys are now close enough that they could hit us. There's some masked zombies nearby. 57 danger to the fort. Scavenge food, we're running low. What do the Luddies need? They don't have enough medicine. No. You guys can have all of these things I'm never going to use. Here, Luddies. Trade with the pig farmers, maybe? Found food. Greg became a cultist. Oh, that's fine. My engineers are becoming cultists, but that's okay. I'm not having them attack people. Our raid is almost done. We raided them. We got food, medicine, lowered... A proper raid takes skill to pull off, not just skill with a gun. That's important, but the skill to figure out where to strike. How to get in and out with the most loot before the Chosen Ones figure out what's going on and retaliate. My scavenger's intuition netted us 19 food and 8 medicine. That's cool. Found a hammer. Where's my tools expert? Rosie? You can have the hammer. Someone else can take the dog. Keep scavenging. We've never eaten people. They're having trouble finding fuel, and all they've got to give me is food, and they don't like me. Man, I don't know. Do I want to be friends with these guys? I'm not sure about all that. Did the Dahlias have a trader anywhere? Well, let's just go and trade. Oh, there's the Luddy trader. Again. Duke Ward. Another soldier. Recruit the last folks around. We have room for 2 more people. Oh, and she's an engineer. She can have the doctor's bag. Zombies. Scavenge. The Dahlias. They have trouble getting food. Well, I now make enough food. You can have half of my food. Oh, research boost. That's why that finished so quickly. Nice. Spotting spies? Saboteur units become visible? Guess I'll just have this guy farm now. Scavenging takes longer, that's okay. Does it have watchtowers? I'm just gonna lie to the guy. You can rest so that you get over it. Alright, we killed some attackers. Let's start taking over their compound. Okay. We should be able to recruit these guys because we're taking over that. Is Gustav around anywhere? Yeah, there he is. Let's trade with Gustav. Nope, my suburbs. Gustav, what do you need, pal? Materials, huh? And he's got shotguns and radios. I'll take some shotguns. Now what? Can't really talk to anybody right now. I guess I don't have a bar, do I? We should make a bar. You can rest. You turn this into a bar. Reclaimed. We can reclaim this too, and reclaim this. Yeah, we love kids. Come along. Alright, we have recruited everybody on the map. Which means I can go fight Sukram Amut. Who wants to talk? Back before all this, he was just your average working stiff, but by night, he would dazzle audiences with his performance in The Scarlet Pimpernel on the local stage. The reviewer in our town said my performance would make the author turn in his grave. That's a good thing, right? Nope. Give these folks some better weapons. Oh, she's a pacifist. A pacifist soldier? That's no good. Hang on. Grace. Let's have you learn how to be a leader or something. And you can farm. Keep scavenging. That's been reclaimed. Help reclaim this. Keep reclaiming. Found a fire axe. I guess at this point, let's take the non-cultists, so Theo, Aussie Dave, and Purity. All right. Over here to make the power plant part, because it doesn't seem like any of them are going to have the dang parts that I want. Alright, we spotted a couple survivors running from Zed from a distance. Just when it looked like they were going to be eaten, an old Frozen Joy ice cream truck pulled up between them and the Zed, a tinny version of the Entertainer tinkling from its rusted speakers. Shotgun blasts painted the street in zombie guts and ichor. The survivors spoke to someone in the van, and then they hopped in and rode off. You know what they used to say about getting into strange vans? Okay, interesting. Where is Gary? Oh, there he is. Found materials and ammunition and materials. Keep scavenging. Alright. We still don't have a hospital. Let's make a hospital. Let's turn... this pawn shop into a hospital. There we go. Yada yada. Alright, we attacked the chosen ones. Dangerous masked zombies up in there, too. Zombies killed. Is there anything left to scavenge? I don't see anything. In which case, we're going to start his education on turning into a soldier. And he can farm. This builder, let's make him an artist. He'll graffiti all over the place. It'll be great. Alright, found ammunition. Gary, defend against that zombie horde. Actually, this one showed up first, right? Dogs attack! A pack of wild dogs dug their way under our walls, and were halfway done digging into our food supplies when Chester chased them off. Good boy, Chester. Who's your good pup? You are? Yes, you are. Alright, we now have a hospital as well as a bar and a church. The bare necessities. Spike Sampson has leveled up. You can be a tools expert. Alright, we destroyed the Chosen One's HQ. It was no easy battle getting through the defenses at their graveyard, but that just made us fight all the harder. We knew there had to be something good in here, and we found 25 food. They took a real hit to their strength today. The war should be easier from here on out. Let's talk with the pig farmers. The Chosen Ones were overrun. They lost a farm to zombies. Such hypocrites. No, my farm. I didn't realize that. Yeah, they're bordering us there now. Bryant Del Sandoval. Oh, DFL. Whatever that means. Oh, this guy was a llama farmer. Redecorator's fine. Alan. I never thought I'd go by having a zombie gnaw away on my skull. I mean, I knew I'd have to go eventually. Hell, I was a trucker. We got pretty much the highest accident rate in the country. Just thought it would be something a little more common, like a heart attack or a brain aneurysm. I suppose getting eaten by Zed is more common nowadays. He could be a driver, or just give him firearm training. Okay. Reclaim. Pretty sure it'll be easy to ally with the Dahlias once I take over the Chosen Ones. That was kind of our quest. I found his boys. They were still punching that punching bag. The pig farmers need 10 loads of building materials. Yeah, you guys can have 5. Talk to Lud. Scavenging's back to normal. I didn't even realize it was broken. Princess has gone missing. All we know is she's heard some music playing from outside the walls and went to investigate. There weren't any Zed around at the time, but President DeWombat thought he caught a glimpse of that Frozen Joy ice cream truck driving off. We'll need to find that truck if we want to know what happened. Maybe the other factions around here will know something. Who's Princess? Who was Princess? I don't know who Princess was, but it was one of our people. Well, alright then. Hire mercenaries for food, because we have so much of it. How much do we get a day right now? 14? That's a lot. Gary no longer has to stand there. He can defend over here. A child was assigned to a caretaker. Oh my goodness. Apparently, this kid's name is Wonko. princess was taking care of a kid. Let's take the last of the fort areas that the chosen ones had. Let's clear that out. And start reclaiming that. And start reclaiming this. Saboteur units have become visible. Hey, what's up, Lud? Lud is looking for a show of loyalty. Alright, I'll kiss his ring. He didn't literally have a ring, I just shook hands where everyone could see, and I spoke loudly about their bountiful food supply. When I hit the Luddy's encampment, King Lud was fixing a big water distiller. Needs to be 110% pure to eliminate the mind control chemicals. When I looked skeptical, he explained the government used to release them from the weather balloons and passenger jets. See up there? The chemtrails are still in the atmosphere. They're filling the rain with dangerous toxins. You can't take any chances with those toxins. Okay. Ask about the ice cream van. I could tell Lud recognized the van's description, but he kept changing the subject back to his toxic cloud theory. I had to listen to another half hour of conspiracy nonsense before he fessed up. That ice cream van was ours. We used to use the loudspeakers to distract zombies. I was about to accuse him of kidnapping when he put his finger up to silence me, but we don't have it anymore. Who has the van now? Lud explained that the Luddies hadn't always been strict vegetarians. In the early days of the infection, he'd teamed up with a man named Farmer Bucket. They'd raised chickens and pigs, though Lud himself never ate meat because you could never be sure what sort of dangerous hormones might be pumped full of, man. This difference in ideology came to a head one bad winter when food was scarce. Farmer Bucket split off with some others to start the pig farmers. They took that old van with them when they left, so Lud suggested we go ask them about it. Yo, pig farmers. Oh, I can't talk to them yet. Dahlias? No, I want to talk to them after we've taken out the rest of the cultists. Let's just trade with Gustav. That's always good. Preemptive strikes, in case I have to attack the pig farmers, might be nice. The power plant part has been produced. We just need to install it. Go install it. Dangerous zombies, farm reclaimed. Gustav, what do you need, man? Ammunition, huh? Well, I can make that, so have some food. And a guitar. I guess he will just get back to preaching then. My suburb. You can't have it. Major Brooks got careless and forgot the knock test as he was clearing out zombies. Fight the zombies, dude. Give the guy some credit. He fought the lot of them off with nothing but his bare fists. He threw 3 of them off the roof using their own momentum. The last one he tripped and then kicked its head until it was nothing but a gray pink smear. But he was bitten, not once, but half a dozen times. It's only a matter of time before he turns. Maybe he's immune? No, he died. We're all gonna miss him. That's whatever, it's fine. That happens. He was not terribly important. We heard a commotion outside the farm earlier. Sent a couple of scouts out, and they'd seen a bunch of people from the Dahlias bringing down some undead monstrosity that was lurking there. Group tuned up at our main gate a few hours looking haggard. Yeah, you can have some rations. They bundled the food up to take back to the Dahlias and thanked us for our donation to the zombie kill squad. Listen, I've got so much food. You can have it. Can I talk to them yet? No. Zombies killed in 2 places. Ping has leveled up. You can be a loner, that's fine. Zombies killed over there too. We've defeated the Chosen Ones. They were huddling in the farm, low on supplies, their last remaining walls thrown together in such a hurry they could barely hold out the undead. But it wasn't the Zed who put an end to these people, it was us. What should we do with them? Kill them all. I'm not proud of the things we've done to survive in this new world. Theft, murder, genocide, but we're doing what we must. We didn't find Cassandra among the bodies, but the rest of the Chosen Ones are dead. We took what supplies they had. Why did I do that? They're creepy cultists who are trying to spread the virus. It's messed up. I don't like it. We talked to the pig guys yet? Nope. Our city now has electricity. Everyone can be happy. Killed zombies, reclaimed, reclaimed, reclaimed. I want to talk to the Dahlias. Feel like we can be good friends now that the Chosen Ones are dead. Farm reclaimed, zombies killed. I found her sitting at a picnic table with a cup of tea in one hand and a pair of opera glasses in the other. She was watching her assistant Helen take a group of young women through marksmanship drills. She set down the glasses and beckoned at me to join her. We watched one of the girls take the head off a zombie mannequin at 100 paces. Nell thinks it's time we swear loyalty to the Dahlias. I thought she meant an alliance of equals, but what she's subscribing is more like submission. Some of our people definitely won't like that. I'll use fancy language. I gave it the old yay, forsooth, and all is well. Talk to Farmer Bucket about the kidnapping of our people, perhaps. My farm. Let's bet 10 ammunition on the jackpot. Let's bet 10 ammunition on the jackpot. We did it. She also gave us the pea shooter. Alright, later. Pea shooter is good. I don't think it takes ammo. Not that we have a shortage of ammo. It also makes them better farmers. But they're already using things that boost their scavenging, so that's probably better. Ooh, there's an infiltrator. I can see it. My farm. Farmer Bucket was in a jolly mood. Joining us for lunch, son. We just slaughtered us a pig. Cook's frying up some right juicy pork chops. I asked Farmer Bucket if there was anything we could do. Sure, you can have 5 ammo. We asked him why we'd send our soldiers halfway across the city when you could just shoot them from your own walls. He seemed a little shamed. Of course, it made sense. I gave him the ammo, so they should kill him. Judging from the mud stains, Farmer Bucket hadn't made any attempt to change his clothes or wash since our last meeting. I told him that one of our people had gone missing, asked him if he had seen any ice cream trucks on the roads. He shrugged, said he didn't know anything about any ice cream trucks, suggested I try checking with somebody else. Most of the people around here were friendly sorts, if and you talk to them right. Okay, I'll ask about the Chosen Ones. Smiled when I mentioned the church. He said they were some of his best customers. Said they're pretty much given up trying to defend themselves, so they're trading their weapons and barricade material for next to nothing. Them likes the odd cuts. They take almost anything, but they specially ask for intestines. Guess they make their own sausage over there. They're actually gone. And the Luddies? Bucket sighed, told me they didn't get along with the Luddies. Nice enough fellas, but they were too paranoid. The two groups had worked together early on. Dude, I'm gonna insist about this ice cream truck. Lud told me. Farmer Bucket clammed right up when I pushed the issue of our missing person and the suspicious ice cream truck. Told me he wasn't interested in talking anymore, and it was time I get off his property. I wanted to stay and search the farm, but seeing the shotguns his boys were packing, seemed like a better idea to just go. If we're gonna come back, we'll have to find a secret way in. Okay. Zombies killed. Zombies killed. Zombies killed. All of my builders are active now. I guess he'll start taking that then. Zombies killed. Why my dude's so sad today? I'm not letting them rest. Actually, I'm letting this one guy rest because I lied to him to get him to join us. Some of them also don't like that my fort is so big, but it's so much safer if we just, you know, eliminate the chance for zombies to attack us. Lieutenant Nightingale can be melee training. And Greg Ross. Gars, you've missed it. There are, like, cultists that believe the zombies are divine beings that are going to guide us to enlightenment, and I kicked them out of this town because they're creepy. But not before they convinced some of my survivors to be cultists. Reclaimed. Mots. When they tell you a dog is man's best friend, right. I already know about that. You can be an animal lover. You could have Mr. Mittens. No, it's mine. Also, I'm convinced that the pig farmers, the likely cannibal pig farmers, have stolen one of my people. Has kidnapped somebody, so I am currently on a mission to see if I can sneak in and save people. Farm reclaimed. Buy ammo for food. They were mowing through a gaggle of Zed. I got a chance to talk to them. Their leader told me they've had a bad harvest this season and are low on food. They offered to trade us ammo. Yeah, here you go. I know 10 cases of ferret food doesn't sound that appetizing, but the Dahlias were satisfied with it. Better than nothing. I make 38 food a day. I will happily trade that to you. After some surreptitious searching, we found a house next to the pig farmer's compound whose cellar was dug right under their big stone walls. Lucky! We waited until dark, then broke through and came up into a damp storehouse inside their fort. It used to be full of sacks of seed and grain, but even the rats had given up finding anything to nibble. We opened the doors a crack and saw 3 major buildings in the distance, an old stable close to the main gate, a rustic farmhouse, and a long pig barn in the back of the compound. Investigate the stable? We made it into the old stable without any trouble. The couple of guys watching the gate were more interested in what was going on outside to notice anything happening inside the compound. Inside were a few old tools resting underneath some impressive cobwebs, and a serviceable, if slightly rusted, Frozen Joy ice cream truck. Aha! We took a quick look inside the truck, but it was empty, aside from a couple of deep freezes, stagnant water, and old popsicle wrappers. Couldn't find the keys, so we decided to move on. Alright, investigate the farmhouse. As we neared the house, we could see a few lights on and heard muffled laughter from inside. From the smell of something cooking, looked like they were having a big barbecue. We couldn't get too close without being spotted, but at least we knew most of the pig farmers were busy. We'll have to look elsewhere until everyone settles down for the night. Investigate the pig barn. We crept through the side doors of the massive barn, trying not to wake any beasts within. Turned out there was no need. There was a total lack of anything pig-shaped inside. From the rusted troughs and bone-dry earth in the stalls, nothing had been living there for a while. There were plenty of footprints, though, so we followed those deeper into cavernous barn. We passed stall after empty stall, gates falling off their hinges, the cobwebs getting so thick it looked like the spiders were trying to communicate. The footprints headed out a side exit and up a ramp to an unlit concrete building. The smell of blood and offal hit us at the top of the ramp. We'd entered the slaughterhouse. From the light filtering through the high windows, we could see bloodstains caking the runoffs all over the walls. Chains and curved hooks hung from the rafters, jingling slightly in the breeze. Large knives lined the walls near the butcher's block. Off to the side, we could see 2 large freezer doors. There was a scratching noise coming from the one on the left. Let's open on the one on the right. A waft of cold air blew past us as we opened the door and looked into the room. Silent forms dangled from meat hooks along the ceiling and walls. The carcasses were badly mangled and partially skinned, so it took us a while to realize the shapes didn't quite look like pigs. They were leaner. They had hands and feet. Retching, I turned and groped at a nearby wall to steady myself. I hit the handle of the left freezer door by accident. The door swung open, and our missing survivor, Princess, fell out onto the floor. Inside the freezer, other captives slumped and stared vacantly at nothing. I lifted Princess to a sitting position, tried to get her to focus. She blinked blearily for a second and then shouted, "They're cannibals! They don't eat pigs, they eat people! The pork is people!" At that moment, the green fluorescent lights of the slaughterhouse suddenly flickered to life. I turned to find Farmer Bucket standing behind me, a shotgun aimed at my head. When Farmer Bucket saw Princess next to me, he sighed. "Yes, our meat ain't made of pigs no more since they's all dead. Yes, it's people meat, but only bad ones." He said the pig farmers only took people who attacked them first, raiders, thieves, and murderers who preyed on the weak. Princess was an accident. She'd seen too much, and they were just holding her till they figured out how to explain the situation. He offered me a deal. If I agreed to keep my mouth shut, I could walk off the farm then and there. Gars, what do you think? Agree to stay quiet or fight our way out? It honestly might be easier just to ally with them instead of kick them out of town. I'm not sure. That is a big nope, so fight our way out? Listen, they're only eating criminals. I'll fight our way out. I edged back to the table with the knives on it while Bucket drawled on about eating murderers. I felt behind me for a handle and then flung it directly at him. He looked down at the cleaver lodged in his gut, stunned, and raised his shotgun and started blasting. The other prisoners from the freezer came out of their daze and rushed him, clawing and screaming. That's our signal to go. No, let's take the prisoners. While they still seemed a bit dazed from living in a meat locker for weeks, they were grateful for the freedom and agreed to join our crew. We got the hell out of there as fast as we could. We were lucky to escape the compound unharmed, especially Princess, who went out of her way to kill several other farmers as revenge. Oh, well that just destroyed them. They're gone. Okay, I'm happy about that. Now I'm worried that the people I saved, aside from Princess, so these three, I'm worried they're going to be criminals. He's a downer who eats double rations and is clumsy. This guy is stinky, but tough. Okay. And this guy is an addict who regularly uses drug bath salts, and he's rebellious. He may refuse to work. Okay, well, it doesn't sound like they're literally criminals. Just sounds like they're not the best folks. Is she happy because I rescued her? She is slightly happier. She got rescued from being pig farmer bacon breakfast. Well, that was convenient. I don't have to worry about them anymore. Everyone's energy's been particularly black this month. Okay, he's a Wicca. That's fine. You can be a redecorator. And Lieutenant Nightingale here. Do I know my way around a car? You could say that. I used to be one of the meanest street racers out there. There weren't nobody I couldn't beat from behind the wheel of my chrome-covered monster. Of course, the best car in the world ain't any good when you run out of gas. Not sure where my beauty is now. Probably rusted up something fierce from all that blood left on it when I had to ditch it at the side of the road. Sure, you can be a driver. I mean, you have a kid to take care of. I can't give you a car, but it's fine. And Delilah Conkling. I've already read this one before. Redecorator. If I want to ally with the Dahlias, I'm just going to give them some of the stuff I'm reclaiming that's next to them. Like this easy pawn, they can have that. Charles Carmichael. Fast recovery sounds good for a soldier. Alright, at this point, I want you to start training in the ways of the soldier. Actually, you can do that with your husband. Oh, wow. How old is your daughter now? Foxy Janth is 2 years old, but she's way too big to be a 2-year-old. But that's okay. Which means it's been a year since we first recruited them in the last mission. Kill or be killed. Get them before they get you. Developing the tactics we needed to ambush an enemy on the move was only half the challenge. The other half was enforcing the psychological view that we were in danger in the first place. Was that really a raiding party coming to steal our food, or were they innocently going about their business? Were those really weapons of mass destruction? The point is, we no longer care. Wow. It's kind of messed up. But I guess zombies are eating people. So... I found her sitting at a picnic table. Yeah, I've read this one. I asked what they needed. 20 days rations could very well save some lives. 10 food? No, I'll just give them the 20. Fine. Her eyes lit up, and I thought I could see a bit of drool on the side of her mouth at the thought of eating a proper meal. Hope they make this food last. Don't just pig out on it. Hey, Lud. Can I talk to you? Zombies. Dangerous masked Zed. Where's my... Oh, he's over there. Okay. Yeah, you can have this trailer park. I don't need this trailer park. That one? Yeah. And I'm gonna give him this graveyard. What's our rep? Yeah, I'll give him the graveyard and this, and then we can make an alliance. It'll be fine. You can have the pawn shop. Why is my main dude not level 10 and everything yet? Because I keep using him for things. He doesn't need to be, like, level 10 scavenger or whatever, right? Like, who cares? He's capped out in defense, he's capped out in building, he's capped out in leadership. I'm not going to use him to research, I'm not going to use him to scavenge, so those, like, it's not that big a deal. Right, apparently the Luddies are impressed by the architecture of our city hall. Lud thinks it's amazing that we can't even tell it's cobbled together from scraps and bits. He wants our builders to make something for them. A farm, and they want to put it over a dilapidated old field. They'll supply the materials if we can supply the manpower. Sure, dude. They really want another farm? Do they, like... They don't have enough places for their people to live. Where's the dangerous zombies? Was there a zombie mob somewhere? I don't see any. They live in the farmhouses? Well, that just doesn't sound very fun. I actually don't want her with him because he's a cultist. Can't talk with them yet. Is Gustav around? I don't see him. They are Luddites. They don't like fun. Well, they're not actually Luddites. The guy's name is just Lud, and he's crazy. What do you guys need? Medicine, huh? Well, eventually I'll be able to make medicine, but I also have infinite food. We're gaining 51 a day because of all of my farms. So, I know you don't need food, but here's some food. Oh, what's that? Extra food from farms? Now we get 84 a day. Signposts. What just happened? In hindsight, we shouldn't have let those prisoners from the pig farmers join us. They drank through half our liquor supply, left a gate open, stabbed Phillips in a fight over some purple horse doll. I was heading over to talk with them when I heard them arguing over that doll again. There was a shot, and a moment later, 2 more. Looks like they killed each other after a 3-way Mexican standoff. We lost a trailer park, and Phillips needs time to recover. Yeah, okay, I should... So they were criminals. Shouldn't have taken them with me. But I don't know if they deserve to be eaten either. What trailer park did I lose? What? I don't see... Also, Gustav is here. I can trade with him. Can I talk to them yet? No. Trade with Gustav. I don't see anything lost. Whatever. Pierre has grown up. Oh boy. He's a leader. He can have a radio and a golf club. The green in the middle. I'll have to check after this. There isn't much you don't know about me already. I like helping out on the farm and in kitchens and stuff. I love being around people. They always say I smile a lot. My mom taught me that. She said if you smile all the time, you'll always be happy, even when you're not. Friendly. Make friends faster. Sure. Well, he's got 7 leadership already. Oh, yep, right there. Thank you. I could not see it. What do you need, Gustav? Ammunition. Oh, I can sell you ammunition, dude. But how about I just give you 90 food? Turns out Alan got bit in the last zombie attack, was trying to hide it from us. Yeah, you need to be quarantined, dude. Alan's pretty angry at having been locked up all night, and more so because we didn't believe him. Hopefully he'll understand that we did what we had to do. There's no telling how many people react when they've been bitten. Yeah. But apparently he's fine? Alright. My character is immune to it, so it's not that weird. Alright, we built the farm for the Luddies. That's fine. As soon as we're done talking to the Dahlias, we'll talk to the Luddies. Oh, there's finally a zombie mob. That's the first one this mission. We got to practice our art skills, making big graffiti murals. Summer jobs. The ugly business with the pig farmers brought back memories of a summer job I once took, working for a local farm. I had these romantic ideas of farm life, being healthy and natural, getting fresh air and being in touch with nature. Instead, I spent 8 hours a day shoveling and spreading cow manure. To amuse myself, I played poop-related pranks on the farm owners, listened to loud, angry music on my headphones, or communed with the cows. Well, Gars, what do you think? Loud, angry music, poop-related pranks, communed with the cows. I'm worried poop-related pranks is going to make me stinky. Cow whisperer, cow whisperer. After that, I vowed I'd never work on a farm again, but who could have guessed farming would become such an important part of our lives? Anyway, my next summer was much better. I worked as a shop clerk or laid around and did nothing. I'm going to say worked as a shop clerk. I don't know what benefit I would get from saying I laid around and did nothing. I gained the shop clerk perk. All my friends came by to hang out at the corner store when I worked that summer. We talked about our favorite movies. Basically nothing happened. Pretty much the plot to the movie Clerks. So now I was also a shop clerk, so I have better scavenging and better trade rates. Captain Reed. Oceanographer, we've seen that one. So whenever you do, like, an actual quest thing in an area, you get a perk for your main guy. And I realize I missed one on an earlier mission, but there's not much I can do about that now. You can have the graveyard. Zombies killed. Oh, yeah. Rob became a cultist. Oh, that's fine. Those two are married. They can be cultists. Alright, you need to not be there. We're just gonna defend. Now I can ally. Indeed, I can. That's what he's there doing. An alliance, please. Let's also talk to Lud. And let's make our alliance. Apparently we're not researching anything. Let's research searchlights. We've killed zombies in like 8 places. Sarah O'Neill. She was a war photographer. She can be brave. That's fine. Duke Ward. He was a park ranger. I've seen that. Firearms training. Meg has taken a long time to learn how to defend. Farm reclaimed. Yo, Luddies. Lud is still hoping we built that farm. Yeah, we did it. Lud was impressed. We finished it so quickly. He wondered how much of the old building was still under there, where we got the decorative moldings from, but I wouldn't tell. Trade secrets. David Pruitt. Have you ever looked at the sky, like really looked, seen the constellations, felt the cosmos breathe as it stares back at you? Not even a little bit? Okay, then. Negotiator. Well, if we're negotiating, let's trade with the Luddies. What's our respect? Yeah, we're almost to the point where we can be good pals. Injury healed. Oh yeah, the guy that was injured by the crazy dudes. Not crazy, but the criminals that we saved, but shouldn't have. Or at least shouldn't have let them join us. What do you guys need? Medicine? How about food? No. You guys keep your stuff. Alright. The respect is at 97. So if we trade with them one more time... They don't have any traders on the map. We could be friends. Expert advice. Okay, there we go. Now we can be friends. Next time I can talk to them, we can be friends. No. I'll keep this now. Here they come. You guys want 150 food? Not really. Too bad. Goat Conkling. He was a nurse. Yeah, we've seen that. You can know first aid. That's useful. Stephen Bidog. Howdy, partner. You know, I don't know what all these fellows are complaining about, not being able to find hot water or have a bath. I'm at my happiest when covered in mud. It were something I picked up from my old childhood friends Jeb and Bub Bucket. Oh, he was friends with the Bucket Boys. Their dad ran one of the biggest pig farms around these parts. You ain't lived till you've mucked down with half a dozen sows. Alright. Tools expert. I just realized we don't even know what's in these spots, but there's definitely zombies. Searchlights! And our alliance with the Dahlias. Everyone gathered. We're going to share Nelson with the Dahlias, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, peace and a little support. They're going to send us food every week, even though I've been the one that's supporting them. Miss McClung clicked up the steps in her heels, and we addressed the crowd. Describing a future Nelson run by us and the Dahlias together. We'll build walls so high that the world outside will be a distant memory, and children can grow up, never knowing fear. To maintain the peace, level-headed women will run the government, and aggression and violence will be outlawed. Not sure I agree with all of it, but the Dahlias sure do have this walled paradise planned out. It's good to know they're on our side. Don't know why they gotta be women, though. Fireworks? Craftable entertainment? That sounds fun. Can we negotiate our alliance with them now? We can. Gustav isn't here. Tend bar. Preach. Do I have another church anywhere? Yes, preach. Just our alliance with Lud. Do the alliance. Alright, so when I leave, I can only take 3 people with me. And 2 of them are going to be these people. I mean, I guess I can still bring Gary. Does the pig farm I just reclaimed have any stats? Yeah, it gives food. It produces rations. It's like a normal farm. It gives us food by chickens, because they're immune to the disease. That's what the description says, anyway. And I just realized, no, I can't bring Gary. I'm bringing my wife. So, this guy's no longer Rob Janeth. He's Gary Janeth. There you go, Gary. You're still in it. Learning so slowly at our school. Have we not discovered... We did. Improved teaching. Why those 2? So in the last mission, Gars, we had the option to fly away on a plane, so I was able to bring extra people. Those 2 are married, so they're happy with each other. They happen to be cultists, so I have to make sure that they're not around other people spreading their cultisty-ness. But they have a kid, and one of them's the pilot, which is why I had to bring her. So if I ever need to fly a plane again, I'll already have a pilot with me. So it's mostly the pilot thing. Entomologist. You study insects, arachnids, creepy crawlies. He's at his happiest when he's waist deep in a rotting log, looking for a Porcellio scaber, or what have you. course, I get bit from time to time, but where's the fun without a little danger? A what? Bookworm. Keep researching fireworks. Can you have your dudes equipped with children for an early pop boost in the next place? Yeah, I could. Kids, like, let's look at what kids we have, right? 13. So you would bring your 13-year-olds. But I'm not going to leave this couple's 2-year-old behind, so I'm definitely bringing them. And I'd rather bring good items like Gromit here, who's a cat that gives me +1 and everything. And then I want to bring the toolbox for my wife so that she has 20 building skill. And then I also want to bring the doctor's scalpel bag, which gives 5 engineering and first aid abilities. So there's kind of too many useful things to just bring children, in my opinion. I never thought we'd meet someone who was too crazy for the Luddies, but here he is at our front gate, ranting about a clown that was stalking him. He's leaving town after a fight with her fellow conspiracy theorists, but stopped by to offer us a bushel of food for our knowledge of searchlights, which he thinks will help in the fight against that terrible, if completely imaginary foe. Sure. Apparently the Luddies don't like us as much, but we're still researching our alliance, so it doesn't matter. Speaking of... let's speed that up, writing our alliance constitution or whatever. This guy was working in a robotics firm. We've seen that one. Kids usually have really good stats when they grow up, and the early recruits usually have like 1 skill point. You're not wrong. Kids usually have the tier 1 increase in stats. I just think that the items are too important. Oh, I didn't even realize there was a thing there. No, I'll keep that graveyard. Alright, we got our alliance with the Luddies. The mission's officially over, but I want to keep leveling up New Gary. 2 of the Luddies blew their trumpets for His Majesty King Owen Ludd I. We've already had an alliance with them before. Now that we've allied with them, we can leave. I may as well learn about scavenging. Actually, he's devout, so he should go to the church. Odd how it's the same dude. They kind of explain it where it's not literally the same dude, He says, you know, if I die or retire, there'll be another King Lud. They'll just adopt the same name or whatever. But that's the only faction that says it that way. So yeah, it's odd that it's the same dude. If they had more assets, I think that they would change it. We can now build fireworks in our workshop. Not only do these beautiful explosions delight the living, they have a strange hypnotic effect on the undead. A good 10-minute light show will leave them docile and distracted for most of the night. That's cool. Let's work on getting to doctor training, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna hire the girls, and then we're gonna talk to the girls. Most of the girls just giggled. Gustav's a brute, but yeah, I've read this before. Pregnancy? Oh my god. My wife's gonna have a baby. Why is Gary saying this? Okay. Gary, did you cuck me, dude? It's clearly a picture of us two, so I'm pretty sure it's my wife and mine's little baby. Gary is acting as doctor. He's a hoarding scavenger, so maybe not. Okay, there we go. Spread out enough. Tweety is now 14 years old. They grow up so young. Tweety Midog. You already know about me. I was born in a fort like this. I grew up in forts like this. I never flew to France. Alright, you can be a loner. Have a shotgun. There you go, Tweety. Go kill some zombies. Gary is still not the highest level soldier he can be because he currently has a fire axe equipped. Yeah, he can still go higher. And Meg... It doesn't seem like she's learning at all. Why isn't she learning? Oh, she's a pacifist, so she doesn't get a benefit from weapons. That's kind of annoying. But she is my pilot. Is Gary a pacifist? Gary's not a pacifist. When did I make her a pacifist? Oh well. She's still gonna bring weapons so that we can have the benefit of them and give them to someone else. Paramedic training, yeah, we've seen that one before. Now let's do doctor training. Purity Ward. The only danger was burning to death. I understand how fire works. You respect it. You keep it at a distance. You watch for the smoke. You'll get out fine. Yeah, I was a firefighter. Rode the big red fire truck around the city to whatever emergency called us out. The dead coming back from the grave, that was one emergency we weren't trained to deal with. You can be a bookworm. Do I have extra books? I don't. Okay. Zombies kilt. 8 food from the Dahlias. Both of these factions give me food, even though I get 139.9 food a day. Because I'm taking over the entire map. Somebody turned an old field into a brand new apartment. Alright. That's a thing. Alright. These guys can officially rest. There are no more groups of zombies we need to take care of. Just buildings to make. Oh, some zombies spawned here. That's moderately annoying. Get rid of those, please. Oh, we need materials. Oh my god. That never happens. No. Chop wood. Chop wood. Okay, whatever. That's enough. Zombies appeared. Well, I guess you guys don't get to rest. Greg wants to do a thing. No. Greg accused us of stifling his religious expression. Yeah. The Church of the Chosen Ones isn't even here, Greg. You idiot. Dang it. Zombies are appearing again. And the Luddies expanded. That's fine. We gathered together all the medical textbooks and emergency care manuals we could find and condensed it into a 2-week crash course in battlefield medicine. Everyone who leaves the fort should have someone with this training with them from now on. Hopefully it saves lives. Cool. Materials, please. There we go. Chopping wood. We got materials. Dangerous Masked Zed. Again? And these things refilled? Theo became a cultist. That's fine. Those are just my engineers. Phillips became a cultist. At a sermon of one of our local chapter's church. Unlike other religions. Oh. Don't do that. Stop doing that to people. Zombie mob appeared. Zombies killed. Kill that. Maybe if I kill the zombies here, they will stop. Like, they'll take over this for me. We've already seen that. Irrigation, I guess. Can I become a nutty cultist? Make a whole cult area? I don't know if my main character can become a nutty cultist, but you can just let everybody become cultists. Darius Linkletter. He's the crazy lighthouse guy, right? Yeah. He can be a loner. Doesn't actually matter. What am I learning? Scavenging or something? Pretty sure Ariel... Yeah. Ariel's already Apparently she's also good at engineering for some reason. Sure. Why was she learning engineering at some point? That's never gonna matter. She can just rest. It's fine. Grace Henderson can be a musician. Whatever. Goat became... Someone's name is Goat? Alright. I'm just going to rest here. If zombies appear here, I don't care. Most everyone's resting. You guys don't need to farm anymore. You can rest too. Everyone gets some rest. While these people are learning their schooling. Why isn't it working? It's working on her. Why can't he get any better? 9 should not be his limit. I'm not sure. What if we made another school? Oh, these people are... Okay, let's make another school and spread them out, maybe? I swear they should be able to learn at the same time, though. Alright, irrigation has been learned. Pesticides, sure. Oh, I never took this back. I should do that. Oh, hey. They actually did take one of these. Alright, so if I clear this out, will you take it for me so that the entire city... they're coming to get you, Barbara. Some of the Zed have gotten strangely clever lately. They seem to have figured out how door handles work. One of our scouts reported what looked like someone ordering them around, but I'm not sure how much stock to put into that. Either way, we're going to need to be extra careful when going outside the walls while this bout of creativity lasts. Last thing I need is Zed opening whatever steamer trunk I've made my latest hiding spot. Yeah, maybe. That might be the case, Gars. Why is happiness diminishing so much? Should I just make more bars? Most people are resting. You'd think they'd be happy. Chopping wood, which means I can make more bars. 2 more bars, 2 more churches. All right. I don't want too many churches because, like, they might start spreading their crazy cultistism. Zombies back to normal? Yeah, okay, whatever. Dangerous masked. I keep forgetting to clear this. All right. Don't let me forget. I'm going to take this part over. How's my scavenging skill? Pretty good. Good old DDT. You know that stuff's practically harmless to humans. People got all panicked about it back in the day for nothing. Could have cured malaria if we'd kept spraying mosquitoes with the stuff. Could have saved 100 million lives if we weren't so scared of the possible side effects. This pesticide we just finished developing is way worse for us, but we've got much more real things to be scared of. Funny how starvation changed everyone's point of view on stuff like organic food and GM crops. Who the hell cares? I don't know if I agree with that game. I think you're spreading propaganda. Pretty sure DDT while it may not have been super bad for people, it's really harmed wildlife. Someone grew up. Nadia Conkling. You know how they say it feels like we've been fighting Zed forever? Yeah. Good cook. Make us tasty food. Also rest. Take that over. The park. Remember the fishing park. The fishing park? This fishing park? I think it's just a field, but yes. I got it. I remembered. Thank you, Gars. Run the generators all the time, guys. We have fuel. Actually, we don't really have a renewable source of fuel. We can only trade for it. Keep making bars. Why is happiness going down? Who's unhappy? My wife? I don't know why she's so unhappy. How can we protect such a large fort? I mean, get over it. What about this guy? Why is he unhappy? He seems fine. What about you? Those damn commies are stealing our stuff and she's bored. Well, what about you? They don't like that the fort is so big. Oh well. Alright, take some time off. We have enough bars. Oh, he's done training. Okay. Use fishing or flipping in place of... Oh! Okay. I see. I thought you meant a park where I could fish. No, he can... whatever. They can keep their flare gun. It's fine. Better fort-wide defense. Electrified walls. Let's see what that one does. Alright, yeah, it looks like the Luddies took over that last farm, so there is no danger anywhere. Now, these are some serious goddamn walls! Concrete 3 feet thick with a shock at the top that'll fling a body like you wouldn't believe. Living or undead, when that juice hits their muscles, they'll do backflips like an Olympic gymnast and land back on the ground. There's also an alarm that goes off if this happens. So long as we have the electricity to keep this system, I'm gonna sleep much better at night. Well, lucky for us, I have the company, the gas company up and running. It doesn't give better buildings, you just build with less materials and faster, I believe. The taps are dry, just some brown sludge coming out of them today. Our policy of using the water for so many baths and showers must have overloaded the water treatment plant. It's getting old, we'll have to expect this to happen. We'll have to send someone over to fix it. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I was in the care home when the breakout happened. I just finished putting Gladys to bed when Teddy walked into the room. I was so surprised to see Teddy out of his wheelchair, I didn't notice the green tint to his skin, or the bite marks on his arm. I managed to shove Teddy back when he came after me, but he just turned around and started tearing into Gladys as she lay there, quivering, unable to move. I'm ashamed to say this, all I could do was run. This guy was working at an old folks' home. Very terrible. Very sad. Alright. Fixed that. Who became a cultist? Yeah, another one of our engineers. So many of our engineers are cultists, they just sort of are. We've now got the blueprints, tech specifications, and hardware we need to put up some new buildings in Nelson. I know it's not necessary that the new buildings really look right. I mean, why can't you just put a chalkboard into McNoodles and call it a school? But our builders are very proud, and what we're making here is more than just a temporary refugee camp. We're rebuilding Nelson properly, the way it should be. Turret towers. Man wants to show up? Sure. He's a soldier who's somewhat skilled and stinky. He used to work in storm drains. Let's have him rest by himself. Over here. I just really want Meg to get her soldiering skill up, and then we can leave. Why pick Stinky? Make everyone else sad? I put him away from them. I picked it because it made sense with his background. The ultimate in defensive upgrades. Adding large stationary guns to our buildings will seriously increase the killing power, help us deal with large hordes and armored enemies. What if we make some fireworks? Craft single-use items faster with better engineers. Sarah became a cultist. Yeah, it's fine, I don't care. Created fireworks. How do I use fireworks? How? Resources? Aha, here we go. Keep the party going? Yeah! We used them twice. Is everyone more happy? Is my wife happy? Oh, she is. Okay, who's not happy then? Why is our happiness still going down? Who's not happy? Oh, this guy who's busy learning. And this guy for some... Okay. Aren't all of you guys resting? Alright, we made some fireworks. Get back to researching. Yeah, we've seen that one before. Talk to the Dahlias. Someone joined us. Get some rest. Zombie bait. Theo. He was the entomologist. I must admit, I'm curious as to what insects we'd find inside a zombie. Insects love rotting flesh, don't you know? I haven't had much luck finding out. The problem with trying to do an autopsy on a zombie is the thing won't stay still for more than a few seconds if there are brains nearby, and unfortunately, that includes mine. Scholar. And food from the Luddies. Someone grew up. Victoria Carmichael. I'm one of the Gen Zers, born post-infection. I know I was an accident. Who would choose to have me like this? Oh, wow. She has double story immediately. My mom thought I was really special. While she was pregnant, she had a run with a zombie, got really sick. But we all lived. Cool. We know how to make zombie bait. Advanced traps. Back before the infection, it seemed like all the world's borders were getting tighter and tighter. We feared for our security and our jobs, tried so hard to keep out the tired and the poor huddled masses yearning to breathe free and work hard labor for low pay. I'm happy we've rethought those ideas, opted for a policy of inclusiveness and open immigration. Aaron Lee heard about it and came to join up. Alright, dude, rest. Who are you? Aussie Dave. He was a robotics firm worker. Let's make him a genius. Really good engineer. Are there tanks? Yeah, there's also, further in the game, some other things that happen, if memory serves. Purity Ward. Oh, she was the firefighter. Our last call brought us to an old building that I think had been converted into an artist studio. I say think because it was completely ablaze. Oh, this backstory is connected to our wife's backstory. She set up, like, she was kind of a pyromaniac, but also an artist, and then she blew up her artist studio. Barney was the first of us to go down. Who would have expected the sickly-looking girl he found outside the building to suddenly spin around and bury her teeth in his chest? By the time we'd incapacitated her with a fire axe, more of the creatures crawled out of the woodwork. You can be brave. Advanced traps. The old zombie shish kebab trap system worked pretty well, but they fill up fast and need to be emptied out regularly. Our improved slice-o-matic style traps are designed to reduce zombie mobility by cutting them into little bitty pieces. Our engineers can build these in any workshop, and they're a cinch to deploy. We've replaced all our regular traps with them. Alright, there's nothing more to research. And we can't make the traps. Honestly, you guys can rest now. You've done good work. Someone was ill, but we have a hospital. Someone became a cultist. Alright, I am officially the best scavenger I will ever be. I may as well finish my engineering degree while we're at it. Alright, Meg Janth is officially the best engineer and soldier she'll ever be. How close am I to finishing this? 9.3. I don't need to finish that. Let's get out of here. Switch her back to engineering. Switch him back to... No, he can stay as a builder. I'm pretty sure his scavenging abilities will remain good. They're just not active. Let me check that. Rebuild 3 character skills. I don't think I have to actually swap him back, and this way he can gain XP as a builder when he's doing buildery things. So I don't really need to swap her back to engineer. If anything, let's swap her to a builder, just so if she does any building, she'll get experience. Nightmares on Elm Street, summer camp. Alright, there we go. Let's get out of here, everybody. Leave the city, make sure we're all using the things I want us to use. Not just a hunting rifle, let's use a minigun. Ariel's got her stuff. Gary, you're going to bring the Moore's Binocs for faster scouting, and you're going to bring a fire axe for scavenging. Meg, you don't actually get a benefit from a weapon, but we can hand this weapon off to somebody else. So we're also bringing a second minigun. Let's get the H out of here. Yeah, someone grew up. I don't care. We're leaving this city never to return. Have a good one in the paradise that I've built for you. Diane, I wish I could have introduced you to the mind-expanding teachings of Cassandra Starr and the Church of the Chosen Ones. We must visit their headquarters west in the town of Hope. I'm not a cultist. Why would I write that? Alright, YouTube, that's the end of episode 1, 2, 3, 4, and episode 5. Nelson, I'll see you next time.